this year. So he is Brigadier General Young at the federal level. So I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to come and share this moment with us. And when we look at today, one of the things we said is not about the promotion, but it's about the celebration of a very accomplished man who gave a lot to this country. When we look at him being a true hero and what he accomplished based on the obstacles that were placed before him, we look at today as a very special day. In the military, we live by what's called orders and missions. And today, we honor his mission. And when we look across the room, this room is very special. We go back 3 years from now. Congressman Yarmouth has a breakfast for African American veterans. And 3 years ago, in this room, in that foyer up there, then Attorney General Andy Beshear was given a charge of moving forward this project of getting Colonel Young at the time promoted to general. He gets elected, and my first mission after becoming the commissioner was go see Secretary J. Michael Brown because he has an order for you. And I'm like, okay. And it was a letter from Mr. Blatcher here that he gave me. And remember, this is December 10th or 11th, and I had till February to make this happen. So I called Major General Hal Lamberton in the back of the Kentucky National Guard and asked him how we can make this happen. And he said, let me research it. And me and Hal from the same class at the University of Kentucky, and he was like, it's a way to do it. And so I called my boss, Secretary Brown, and said, I think we can make it happen. And so I went to General Lamberton's office, and he gave me some stars, and he said it's a way to do it through the militia, so we can make sure that then Colonel Young gets promoted to general in the state of Kentucky. And so 2 years ago, in 2020, February, we made that happen in Kentucky. And then within a month or so, Governor Beshear started his campaign. And last year he wrote a letter to the president, and we pushed it forward. And so now we're here to honor General Charles Young. So thank you. And so with that, the order of the presenters today has been adjusted a little bit. We have prayer by Reverend Thurman, and then the speaker's order will be Mr. Charles Blatcher, Colonel Mark Thompson, Major General Johnny K. Davis, then we have Mayor Fisher, then the Honorable John Yarmouth, and then the Honorable Andy Beshear, the Governor of Kentucky. So with that, I'll turn it over to Reverend Thurman to open us up with prayer.
Let's uncover. O Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. For Father, there's none like you. You're the creator of all that exists. We come before you this day with thanksgiving in our hearts, thanking you for the reason we're gathered here today, to honor and celebrate the life and legacy of a true American hero, Charles Young, one who achieved in death that which he was denied in life. We not only honor his memory, but also celebrate his accomplishments during his life. For we have much to be thankful for in spite of a worldwide pandemic. First of all, Lord, we thank you for a governor who puts people before politics. We are also thankful for allowing our golden moments to roll on just a little while longer. But most of all, we're thankful for your Son, Jesus, our Savior. We now ask, Lord, that you bless us, we will be blessed, keep us, and we will be kept. It's in the name of he who reigns, rules, and has regency. In the blessed name of Christ we pray. Amen.
We'll now have the presentation of the colors from the Momford Marines.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the home of the brave.
All right, we'll have our first speaker, Mr. Blatcher.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. You know, it's always a great day to be in Kentucky. Before I get started with my formal presentation, I'd like to say this is a special day for a number of reasons. I'd like to introduce my brother that I haven't seen since 1969. We left in Vietnam together. Him and his wife has come to join me for this celebration. And please, I'm pleased that you're here, bro. This is a special day. A day I've looked forward to happening for 41 years. The day Charles Young becomes a brigadier general in the United States Army. This year marks the 100th anniversary of his death on January the 8th, 1922. The promotion celebration is fitting for the anniversary. The timing for the promotion is perfect. We submitted Colonel Young's name for consideration in having an Army base named in his honor. Army bases are traditionally named after generals. His honorary promotion by the governor in 2020 was limited in recognition to the state of Kentucky. We submitted his name anyway on the merits of his history and to not miss the submission deadline last year. We were aware the submission could have been denied consideration on the tradition of rank. The event today federalized that promotion, heightening the prospects of a base being named in his honor. I'm of the opinion, based on historical facts, the merits of his service, coupled with the promotion, he should be a front runner for the honor. We'll let you know about that in October when the decision is made. We recently wrote the Department of Interior requesting the General's birth cabin located in Maeslick be annexed into the National Park Service. We certainly intend to lobby for that happening. But I can't mention that cabin without paying homage to Jerry Gore. He and former Judge James Gallistine, who is here today, are responsible for the coalition's involvement in the cabin restoration project. Judge, thank you. The promotion heightens our enthusiasm to erect a monument memorializing General Young's walk and horseback ride from Wilberforce, Ohio to Washington, D.C. in June of 1917. We have asked the Smithsonian Institute to allow the monument to be placed on the property of the National African American Museum. We would like to unveil the statue in November 2024. The timeline is contingent on our request being granted and public support for the effort. We'll keep you posted on that one. The promotion also enhanced a project we are involved with the Heritage Center. We're working to develop the Brigadier General Charles Young Media Arts Center in a wing of this institution. Louisville is attracting attention in the movie industry. The center is an ideal location to train community veterans and young people to one day work in the movie industry in front and behind the cameras. And I also must acknowledge the impressive work of AMVETS in erecting the flag memorial and naming it in General Young's honor. If it wasn't so messy outside, you'd see those flags flying. It's a beautiful sight. The promotion we have sought was pursued as an act of faith, demonstrated through our persistency. It would not have been possible without the support and participation of many people. Friends and family, some long gone, but today is their day too. They believe, like me, that one day this would happen. Each have left a fingerprint on this project and a handprint on my heart. I salute you all. Governor, we salute you. As you mentioned during the conference call, this is something that should have happened years ago. However, I've learned over the years, some things happen on their own time. It took 41 years to reach this moment. This was a wrong that waited for you to right. And on behalf of the coalition, we appreciate you interceding, making the event today possible. We would like to present you with a copy of The Long Road Home. It's the first poster created of Brigadier General Charles Young wearing his star. The poster documents this occasion and commemorates you officiating over this proceeding. Sir, I would like to ask Cedric Jones and Mike Theus, president of the 9th and 10th Buffalo Soldiers, to come up here and join me with us. Governor, both of these gentlemen, like you, have been involved in making this happen, and I thought it would be fitting to have them up here with the presentation. Come up. You good? All right, we good? All right.
Thank you. Honor.
Serve you. I would also like to do a presentation to Judge Galestine. He has worked tirelessly for the last decade on that cabin down there in Maysville. Mike Denham, Coroner Courtley, would you please come up here also? Sir, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Come on, Mike. You guys know I appreciate you. You're good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything. With that said, I'd like to turn the program back over to the MC. Thank you, sir.
I think we lost Colonel Thompson. So we'll turn it over to Major General Davis.
Well, first of all, good afternoon. What a special day it is today. And like General Charles Young, my name is Johnny Davis, and I'm a United States Army soldier. And I love my service to my nation. I want to thank Governor Beshear, Congressman Yarmouth, Mayor Fisher, Mr. Blatcher, and all of our distinguished guests for being here today. I will certainly highlight the family. But this is a wonderful day to honor and the remarkable life of Brigadier General Charles Young. To the family of General Young, Lindsay, Susan, Elijah, I'm honored to join you today. What a very historic day. Let's give this family a round of applause. As a soldier, diplomat, and civil rights leader, General Young overcame great adversity to become a leading figure in the years after the Civil War. His work ethic, academic leadership, and devotion to duty provided a strong base for his overwhelming achievements. His long and distinguished career as a commissioned officer in the United States Army made him a popular figure of his time and a role model for generations of new leaders, including myself. I'm humbled to recognize such a fine individual who achieved so many groundbreaking feats throughout his lifetime. Third African-American general to graduate from the United States Military Academy. First African-American to achieve the rank of colonel in the United States Army. The first African-American National Parks Superintendent. The first military attaché to Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The only member of the United States Military Services to receive the NAACP Springham Medal, an annual award recognizing outstanding achievement by an African American. Again, General Young overcame countless obstacles throughout the course of his life. A well-rounded man with a steadfast devotion to duty. Young led by example and inspired a generation of new leaders. Today's promotion ceremony opens doors in this great nation and ensures everyone has an opportunity for success. What I love about this wonderful nation is our diversity. Diversity is our greatest strength, providing people of different backgrounds, culture, and heritage. Our great Army is stronger because of this diversity, and we must ensure that every member of the force has the opportunity to reach his or her full potential. We provide promotion and leadership opportunities to all soldiers to thrive in their careers and build successful lives in the Army. Again, I'm so honored to participate in today's promotion ceremony. General Charles Young's story is truly inspiring. He has opened many doors for current and future Army leaders, and I'm so proud of what he has achieved. Thank you all. God bless.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mayor Greg Fisher of Louisville, and it is a real honor to be here today on any day, but especially during Black History Month, when we recognize the brilliance, the duty, the allegiance, the accomplishments, the patriotism and perseverance of Black Americans. And today, at long last, we honor a great American hero with the new well-deserved title, Brigadier General Hero Charles Young. We know him, and after today and after the ceremonies in Washington, I hope there's going to be a whole lot of more people that know the story of Charles Young. Before I say a few other things, I want to recognize a few Louisvillians that are here with us today. John Miles for Metro Government, he's our Veterans Coordinator, does a great job. I want to recognize Dr. Beverly Fry, the staff physician at Robley Rex VA Medical Center. Auckram Burton, over here, Executive Director, Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. Raoul Cunningham, the President, Louisville NAACP. Marilyn Jackson, the CEO, the new CEO of the Muhammad Ali Center. And these fine-looking gentlemen over here in the purple jackets, the Theta Omega Chapter, Louisville, of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, of which Charles Young was a proud member. Think about his last name, Young. It's an appropriate description for a life that fills us with hope for our country and what we believe to be possible here. For Charles Young did everything he did at a time when Jim Crow infected almost everything. Everything. Seemingly, but Charles Young's own compass, his own vision, his own purpose, where laws, institutions, and systems were organized against his success and the success of other people of color. So we are here today for a justice delayed, but no longer denied. The rank of Brigadier General will finally join Charles Young's many other accomplishments a century removed from when he earned it. I have a beautiful portrait of the now General Charles Young in my office. Governor, it's the portrait that's on that fine frame that you have. And it shows a distinguished, handsome man, seemingly at peace with himself, at peace with the world. And I think about this man who served with such determination and honor in a country that did not give him basic rights and did not recognize those rights as his rights too. And that with every step forward he took, that he fought for his right to fight for that country, the one that didn't recognize him. Now think about that. He believed in his country when most of his country didn't believe in him. When I look at that portrait in my office, I see the nobility of a person who, despite all, maintained a life of excellence and performance even in the face of constant injustice. And I think that maybe, General, he believed a life in the military was the best way for him to serve as a role model for other Black Americans to impact how people thought about race in America, and to make our country a better place. So there will be a star with his name now. And yes, it has been long there for a very long time, but it will be finally official this year. Too late for him to know, but not too late for us to know that the name Charles Young is a lot more than a footnote in our history. It is an anthem to be sung about the strength of character, a prayer to be spoken about the promise of possibilities, and a bracing call, like Reveille, for a whole nation to continue the journey that Charles Young made toward realizing for all that that character and that promise he saw in the nation that he so ably and proudly defended. Congratulations to the family, Governor, and to your entire team. Thank you for the hard work to make this happen. It's a happy day here in the great city of Louisville. God bless you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Yarmouth. I'm the United States Congressman from the 3rd District of Kentucky. This is my district. Proud to have had this honor for 15 plus years now, and I'm passing the torch to someone else after this term. But I can't think of a better way to spend some of my last months than to appear at such an important event as this. Charles Young's life story is one of perseverance, but any one single chapter of that life would have been considered remarkable and impressive on its own. It would have been enough for Charles Young to have simply survived in life, born to enslaved parents in Mayslick, Mason County, Kentucky in 1864. It would have been enough for Charles Young and his family to escape slavery a year later and make it to Southern Ohio, where he would be enrolled as the only black student in an all-white school. But Charles fought and worked harder than everyone else his entire life. He excelled. Young graduated at the very top of his class, went on to West Point, as we know, became just the 3rd black graduate of the United States Military Academy. He served valiantly in the 9th and 10th Cavalries during the Indian Wars, the Spanish-American War, the Philippine-American War, the Pancho Villa expedition, and World War I. At every step of the way, Charles Young overcame not only the grueling challenges of life in those times or the risks associated with serving in the military at that time, in wartime, but he survived being black in America. He faced a bitter racism that we know did not leave our country with the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. But Charles continued to rise in spite of all he faced, including forced retirement. As the Cleveland Plain Dealer wrote, "With a general's star in grasp, bigotry ended his advancement as surely as a bullet would have." I'm going to get political for a second. There's a lot of controversy right now over what we can teach in our schools about black history. Under the thoughts of many in this country right now, we could teach the fact that he was the 3rd black graduate of West Point, but we could not teach that he was denied promotion because of his color. That's half history. That's insufficient history. On Black History Month, we need to do better. And whether you call it critical race theory or American history, our citizens, black and white, not only deserve to have that history, but need to have that history, need to learn it. Time and time again, chapter after chapter, Charles Young's life of service to the nation, his willingness to fight not only on behalf of America, but also on behalf of and for black Americans, is a truly remarkable testament to his selflessness and ability to overcome adversity. So today, 100 years after his passing, and far longer than Colonel Young deserved, It's my honor to be here with you as we all celebrate the posthumous promotion of Brigadier General Charles Young, a Kentucky native and a true American hero. I want to thank our Commander-in-Chief, Joe Biden, and the leadership of the U.S. Army for this long overdue honor. I want to thank Governor Beshear for his dedication to righting this wrong and giving Charles Young the honor he deserved. And I want to thank the Young family, president of the 6th grade, and everyone who has played a part in keeping his story alive and making sure that the sacrifices and the service of America's black heroes are forever celebrated. And with that, I have a presentation to make. To the family, this is a flag of the United States flown over the Capitol in honor of now Brigadier General Charles Young. And this certificate goes along with the flag. It says, in honor of Brigadier General Charles Young, this flag was flown to commemorate the posthumous promotion to Brigadier General for Colonel Charles Young, to honor his pioneering service in the U.S. military and to recognize his extraordinary commitment to our nation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is a pretty special day. You know, there are days where we can recognize injustice, but how many days do we have that we can truly right a historic wrong? Today is a day where we disprove Mark Twain, where we are not behind history here in Kentucky, but we're actually 2 years ahead of the federal government. You know, today we've got a governor, a congressman, a mayor, we got a bunch of generals, we've got county judges, but we only have one president today, and that's Elijah, part of the family of Colonel Charles Young, General Charles Young. He outranks us, and we know someday that most all of us are going to work for you. I want to thank my good friend, Dr. James Thurman. We've gotten to work on so many noble causes together. Your steadfastness for this community and for fighting for all Kentuckians is something truly special. I want to thank our incredible vocalist, Julia Thurman. My goodness, what an incredible rendition of the national anthem. I want to thank my friend, Lieutenant Colonel Jackson, who has now had so many different roles in state government. He keeps getting promoted. I want to thank the first person I was able to promote in a military rank. That's Major General Hal Lamberton, who helped us in this endeavor to promote General Young. I want to thank Mr. Blatcher, Major General Johnny K. Davis, for being here. It is an honor. Thank you. For being not only on the right side of history, but for being a part of Kentucky. I want to thank Congressman Yarmouth for all of his work on the federal level to make this happen. Mayor Fisher and all of our partners, as well as the family, Susan, Lindsay, and of course, Elijah. Let's recognize them again. You know, today is a good day. If there was something tough about it, it's that General Young isn't here today himself to accept this promotion. It is clear he deserved it in his lifetime and not 100 years later. But I'm a proud Kentuckian today. Why? Because we are proud of our own, and we are committed to doing what's right. And I want to thank everybody from his hometown and his home county that have been here the whole time and are here with us today. All our folks from Maysville, please stand up so we can recognize you. I'd like to think to General Young's descendants and to so many people he's inspired that there is some hope and some comfort in the fact that 100 years after he left this world, we are still speaking his name. We are still talking about now General Charles Young, still celebrating his contributions, still talking about how he blazed this trail, still talking about the fact that he was an American hero, a patriot, and a Renaissance man. And today, and so many days, because we are still talking about him, he is getting his due. That's why, as Commander-in-Chief of the Kentucky National Guard, with the help of a number of great people who are here from the administration today, I posthumously promoted Charles Young to the honorary rank of Brigadier General in the Commonwealth of Kentucky in 2020. It was a good day. It was a day made possible by so many, including Secretary Brown, a military veteran himself, who pretty much the first day after inauguration said, "We're going to make this happen." And I'm proud we could all do that together. Secretary Brown, thank you. It's also why, with the encouragement of so many, we did not stop there. 1 year ago, I sent a formal letter to President Joe Biden encouraging him to extend that recognition to the U.S. Army. And I'm grateful. Letters have been sent in the past. Attempts have been made in the past. But this administration got it done with the official promotion for General Young. Now, I know they can't hear us in D.C., but let's at least attempt to give them the round of applause that they deserve. Now, you've heard, or you know, or in fact, you educated me about the accomplishments of this man. Born to enslaved parents in Mays Lick, up in Mason County in 1864, and he grows up to be a trailblazer in the military, a courageous and effective leader on the battlefield, in the classrooms, in our national parks, and as a combat officer and military attaché who represented his country with honor overseas. Charles Young also spoke fluent French, German, and Spanish. He played piano, organ, and the violin, and composed music, and was a talented visual artist as well as a published author. Which begs the question, what in the world have we been doing during our time here on earth? And he accomplished all this in the face of racist threats, of hazing, and of the frequent denial of his obvious skills, dedication, and his clear intelligence. Certainly, I can never know the pain of that, of the barriers and the burdens that some people set up for so many, specifically Black Americans, and how that feels to face. But I can listen, originally to a group of veterans sitting right in this hall that wanted to talk about a wrong that should be righted. And I can try to act to right that wrong. And together, we're sitting here today with a really good day where we'll never have to say Colonel Charles Young again, but recognize him for who he was and what he'd earned, even if it wasn't recognized until this year. And that's General Charles Young. You think about his story, and it brings to mind an almost impossible question. What could such a man have accomplished if he hadn't had to fight racism throughout his life? Among the many evils and costs of racism is that it forces talented and capable Americans to struggle needlessly to realize their gifts and their potential, or denies them opportunity altogether. It's not only a grave injustice, it's also an unconscionable waste of the precious resource that is human talent. Part of our job in honoring General Young's legacy is to keep working to remove barriers so others don't have to face what he did, so that all Kentuckians, all Americans can realize their gifts and their full potential, and that they'll know that the state of Kentucky, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, again, are proud of our own and want to make sure that everybody receives their due. We have more work to do to create opportunities and to overcome racism and discrimination on Kentuckians. I ask you all to keep talking, keep working, keep teaching, and I'll try to keep listening. And then together, we'll try to keep acting. Now, Congressman Yarmouth mentioned some different legislation that's going on right now. And I was reading one today right before I came, and it said in Kentucky's classrooms, you have to teach that all people are created equal. But you know what wasn't in the next line? And we should treat them that way too. Today, I hope we're setting that example. Talking about what it means to persevere, and talking about how while 100 years, 120, 130 years too late, we are doing the right thing today. Listen, I played only a small role in this, and I want to thank so many people that have contributed to making sure that America and Kentucky, and this governor knows the legacy of this great individual. People like Colonel Maurice Barnett, Secretary J. Michael Brown, Commissioner Whitney Allen, John Miles and Dr. Beverly Fry, JEC VO Commander Sidney Schaus, NAVBETS Commander Shedrick Jones, another friend of mine, taught me a lot. I remember cleaning up a cemetery together, doing the right thing for our veterans. And Raoul Cunningham, somebody who's shown us what courage is and comparatively makes doing the right thing pretty easy for me. Finally, I want to thank Alcrum Burton and everybody here at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. You know, that's been hanging there for long before we started this journey. He has been recognizing, and this center has been recognizing forgotten or accomplishments of individuals who have not gotten their due. They've been trying to ensure that America's history and the Commonwealth's history not only is not lost, but is on full display for those who want to learn it. So, Mr. Burton, I'd like to present the center with this General Officer Personnel flag in honor of Brigadier General Young and the plaque from the day I promoted him in the Commonwealth so that everybody can see actual history right here in your center, the true truth about General Charles Young. These items will have a home here and be on display when visitors come to learn about Colonel Young. General Young devoted his life to serving his people and his country. A century after his death, I'm proud that us honoring him continues because Charles Young will still serve as a source of inspiration to Americans for generations to come. Now, this is the plaque. Which I'll grab back from you once I present this. Yes.
This is a wonderful day. And I just want to say, in Africa, when it rains, they refer to that as a blessing. And it is pouring down out there today, so this is truly a blessing. I just wanted to, on behalf of the center, present to our guests a little gift that was actually done by a group of quilters nationwide. And the book is called Yours for Race and Country, Reflections of the Life of Colonel Charles Young. And so I'm presenting this to our guests. Governor? Thank you.
What a day. What a day. Inspiring words. And as I close with an example. I'm a poor kid from the projects of Lexington, Kentucky. Grew up on the East End in a project called Bluegrass Aspendale. And right across the street from the projects was Charles Young Center. And there's two things I wanted to be in my life. One was a firefighter, and the other was a soldier, because my dad was a soldier. If you know history, you know that Kentucky had two black regiments, the 5th and the 6th. And Charles Young's father, when he escaped, he joined the 5th, and my great-great-great-grandfather escaped and joined the 6th. And so when I look at Charles Young and not really understanding as a little boy what he represented, as I got older, it meant something. And so when I joined the military and I became an officer, and we go what's called our basic course, Army Basic Course right at Fort Knox. When I wrote my paper on Charles Young and his exploits, never knowing that I would have the opportunity to lead troops in combat. And so for me, this is not only an inspirational day, it's a day that represents what it is to be an African American in America. Given the opportunity to compete, given the opportunity to be successful, given the opportunity to be more than some others had defined me to be, allowed me to walk in the footsteps of General Charles Young. So as we close today, thank you for once again coming out and supporting this event, but thank you even more for representing what it is to be an American, an opportunity to gain and live that American dream. So thank you for today, Governor Beshear, Congressman Yarmouth, Mayor, General, all those who came, thank you.